A new home because of where they lived, but today the state Supreme Court ruled a law for sex offenders is unconstitutional. The High Court had a problem with how the law was applied, and that's left many in law enforcement upset. Miranda Combs is live now at the Fayette County Courthouse to explain. Miranda?
Yeah, Amber, upset and disappointed. That's the word from Fayette County Sheriff Kathy Witt. She says not only is this unsafe, it's confusing.
It's not cut and dry anymore.
And that's a big headache for Sheriff Kathy Witt and her staff, but more importantly for Witt, it's a big setback for the community.
Kentucky has now put itself in another minority position.
This after today's ruling that the law requiring all sex offenders to live more than 1,000 feet from a school or daycare does not apply to sex offenders who committed their crime before July 12, 2006. That's when the law was put in place.
Sadly, when we have to knock on the door and say, I'm here to tell you that although you're in a prohibited zone for a certain population of offenders, one has moved in next door to you.
Witt says they will go door to door to alert neighbors of who's living near them. She says it's going to be a challenge because instead of the ruling being for sex offenders who were convicted before 2006, it's instead when they committed the crime, which Witt says will be harder to pinpoint.
We're going to have to go back to the case file, the arrest citation, that first citation, and hope in the narrative that the detective or whomever made that arrest was able to articulate the date the crime was committed.
But for Witt, the fight to warn her county of sex offenders is far from over. Today's ruling was a surprise, one they'll uphold, but one they hope will be challenged.
I think it relights the fire in me. I don't think it ever went out, but I think it adds to that passion.
Again, Sheriff Witt says they will be going door to door again since this ruling, making sure people know if a sex offender has moved in nearby. We're live in Lexington.